This is MC Tone from the 757 Spin Number But the Truth, back to y'all with another video. And today, it's the New York Giants, man, for the NFL team breakdown. The New York Giants, man, of course, Eli Manning, who won y'all 2 Super Bowl rings, retired at the end of the season. It felt like it was coming, that he was kind of towards the end of his career. I think it was time to move on from Eli. I think not having Odell Beckham Jr., y'all traded him to the Cleveland Browns last season or 2 seasons ago now. But it was the best move y'all could have made. I think David Gettleman needs a culture change. Y'all looking to rebuild around Saquon Barkley. Daniel Jones was a little bit of a shocker to me in the draft, picking him at number 8. But apparently that was the right decision for y'all. I think that was a great decision by y'all, man. I was wrong about him. He definitely has the talent to stick in this league, a little bit more mobile. When I rewatched the film, when he was playing at Duke, I think the reason why people didn't believe in him a lot was those Duke wide receivers gave him really no help, and he was getting crushed sometimes between a bad offensive line. And now when you look at it now with the Giants, he's not really playing with a great offensive line, but you see the mobility and you see some throws. You're like, wow, that's amazing. He has the arm to me and the arm talent to make NFL style throws. And Peyton Manning, he went to Peyton Manning's camp and stuff, and Peyton Manning raved about him. And so, hey, if you hear somebody like Peyton Manning rave about somebody, it's definitely, they're kind of, I want to say, what's that word I'm looking for? Validated, but they're definitely something that they need to watch. So Daniel Jones, man, definitely a quarterback that the Giants fans could feel pretty proud about going into the future. I think the hiring of Joe Judge was, to me, the way I see it, that people saying he's not being himself, but I think he's being himself to me. I think bringing underneath Bill Belichick and coming from that Belichick era, I think the Giants need that physicality back into the New York Giants program, man. Ben McAdoo and Pat Shermer did not fit that Giants mold. Look at coaches who had success. Bill Parcells and Tom Coughlin, probably 2 most successful coaches in the Giants franchise. What did they bring? Mental and physical toughness to the team of the New York Giants, man. Especially on the defense side of the ball. You hear Joe Judge bringing physical practices. You see I want to say Oklahomas, because you can't do Oklahomas I think in the NFL anymore. But you see guys lining up to your goal line. Just getting into each other, making physical practice, physical tackles, and that's what the Giants need. Especially when you're playing in I think a division that's going to be a little bit more tougher this year. So let me just get on with the video. Head coach, New York Giants, is going to be Joe Judge. Like I said, I think he was a great hire. He was a special teams coordinator, but you know who else was a special teams coordinator? John Harbaugh from the Baltimore Ravens. So at the end of the day, man, as long as he can coach and inspire guys, and I heard the guys love Joe Judge. Joe Judge is a young head coach, so I think he can really interact with players and get on their level. The first round pick, to me, Andrew Thomas. I think that was very important out of Georgia. He was a very good pickup. That offensive line was terrible for years underneath Eli. So I can't always blame Eli for the reason why he was on the downside of his career, because they gave him no protection. But having Andrew Thomas was definitely good, man. Xavier McKinney, he's gonna miss a little bit of time with he injured his foot recently, so he's gonna miss a little bit of time. Off tackle Matt Peart, I think that was definitely important to add some depth at the offensive tackle position. I think he's going to start at offensive tackle as a rookie. Darnay Holmes, guard Shane Lemix, linebacker Cam Brown, linebacker Carter Coughlin, linebacker T.J. Brunson, cornerback Chris Williamson, and linebacker Tate Crowder. The New York Giants, they had a solid draft, not a flashy draft, but I like the Xavier McKinney. Definitely needs help in the secondary with the matchup with the Jabril Peppers. The Andrew Thomas, to me, was definitely important because the Giants' offensive line was terrible. And Andrew Thomas, he reminds me of a Tyron Smith. So hopefully, if you get a comparison like a Tyron Smith, I think that's very good for y'all, man. Key signings: Cameron Fleming at the offensive tackle position. James Bradbury, cornerback from the Carolina Panthers. I do think y'all need help at the cornerback position. I don't remember the last cornerback y'all had make a Pro Bowl, or at least had a significant impact at the position. Deion Lewis at the running back position, probably want to add a little bit more depth, especially with Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley. I think he's I want to say injury problem, but sometimes a little nagging injuries, missed a few games, but that's okay. I think Deion Lewis, he can be a good third down back, even though if you got a Saquon Barkley, he's a 3 down back, man. He's probably the hardest working back since AP, man. It's much respect for him. You got a backup quarterback with Colt McCoy, experienced veteran. I think Leonard Williams, man, can be a huge pickup that y'all got from the Jets last year. Can definitely make some noise. He was a former first round pick. He's good at stopping the run, and that's what I think the Giants need. Blake Martinez, help at the linebacker position. Levin Talibo, tight end position, because Evan Ingram, I don't think he's a passing tight end, man. He's not a blocking tight end, so we'll help with that. Kyler Fackrell, linebacker, and Corey Coleman, with speed down the field, wide receiver, former first round pick. So offense, I think under Daniel Jones, because I know that Eli started 2 games and Daniel Jones finished out the rest of the season. I think Eli missed probably started like 3 or 4, but I know he finished 500 for his career, and that was very important for him. I thought that was really good. But offensive wise, y'all ranked 23rd in the league. Offense plays 19th, time of possession 25th, points 18, yards 23, passing yards 18, passing touchdowns 5, rushing yards 19, rushing touchdowns 22, red zone touchdowns 24, overall touchdowns 14th. What do I think of the offense? I think Daniel Jones with a Saquon Barkley and hopefully with a rebuilt offensive line is very important, especially for his development. You got Jason Garrett coming from the Cowboys, and I think he can bring a steady improvement for Daniel Jones, man. And I think it's more importantly for Saquon Barkley, man. They're definitely going to use him in all types of ways. I hope they use him in the pass game more. Hopefully he can. I think he's going to have a strong year. That division's up for grabs, and I think with Saquon, to me, he's gonna produce a legendary season if he can stay healthy, and the offensive line is going to improve. Defensive wise, y'all were terrible, man. I think this is not the same defense from the Tom Coughlin years when you had Justin Tuck and Jason Umenyiora and Jason Pierre-Paul. That's a long way from there, man. And it's just a shame, and I'm just glad that Joe Judge is bringing that, like I said, that physicality back, because I really think that's what this team needs, just some physicality. Points 30, yards 25, points 28th, passing touchdowns 25th, rushing yards 28th, red zone touchdowns 19th, overall touchdowns 30, time of possession 30, sacks 22, interceptions 25. I think just the defense just needs an overhaul. Still needs room for improvement. Some key impact players, Daniel Jones, I think I really do love Daniel Jones. I think this division is up for grabs, to be honest with you. I don't think it's just the Cowboys and Eagles. Saquon Barkley, one of the best running backs, if not the best running back in football. You got Sterling Shepard. I think he's a solid wide receiver. Golden Tate, another solid wide receiver. Darius Slayton, Evan Ingram. Y'all receiving core and tight end is not good, but it's not bad, I would really love to see another star wide receiver with the Giants. Somebody who's probably can just be a little bit more. I want to say even Odell, man, that's who his personality is, but somebody like a Plaxico, man. Plaxico had some good years with the Giants before he shot himself in the foot, unfortunately. But maybe I get back to that, having that star wide receiver, big wide receiver for Daniel Jones, because sometimes Sterling Shepard and Golden Tate seem like this, and Darius Slayton seem like the same wide receiver. And I think Darius Slayton had a low key rookie season, man. He's definitely going to be a breakout star for this year for y'all. So watch out. I like Will Hernandez in the guard position. He brings solid guard play for y'all, and I do expect this offensive line to be better, man. I know your offensive tackle opted out, but it just happens, man, for the COVID-19 reasons. Dexter Lawrence, I think he's going to be pretty solid. Jabril Peppers from the Cleveland Browns. Hopefully he can prove that he's out of Michigan, that he can be that versatile safety position, do it all do all defensive player, and Marcus Golden, who had a low key good season for y'all too. So y'all bringing out back some pieces just for the New York Giants, man. I know y'all must have been frustrated. Y'all did love Eli, but I thought Eli was definitely at the end of the road. The Daniel Jones move was definitely the smart thing to do. David Gettleman, to me, is just I think his job is kind of leading on this this season, man. I do expect y'all at least to go 9-7. I don't think it's really too tough. Y'all division is up for grabs. I don't think it's just the Cowboys, even though the Cowboys are the most talented team in the division. I don't think it's just like, oh, they're gonna just dominate y'all. No, I think with an improved defense, an improved head coach, and a Jason Garrett, who's a solid Jason Garrett for what he was a solid play caller beforehand. And at the end of the day, let's see what these Giants can do, man. I think they definitely can step up and shock a lot of people. So just let me know thoughts, comments, subscribe if you like the video. Shout out to the New York Giants fans. Let me know about let me know what you think about the Joe Judge hire, to be honest with you. So tone out. Thank you.